wonder who in the back is going to accept it.
Direct to TNA from the UK. We know about his athleticism. We detailed his past, his background as a member of the Gladiators in the UK, and we're going to hear him throw out that open challenge.
So sorry to burst your bubble, but unlike your ignorant American stereotype of British people, I am not a bowler hat wearing, tea sipping aristocrat, nor am I a lager swilling football hooligan with bad teeth. What I am is the modern day gladiator, and I'm hungry for victory, which brings us to tonight and the open challenge. I understand that somebody has accepted, so let's not waste any more time. Step out to this ring and face me, because my time for glory is now upon you.
His opponent from Detroit, Michigan, representing the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin!
Well, pretty obvious that Chris Sabin heard that open challenge Thursday on Impact. And he was sitting on ready, waiting back at the go position. As soon as the open challenge issued, here comes one half of the Motor City Machine Guns. Sabin not booked tonight here in a match at Against All Odds. He sees Alex Shelley, his Guns partner, come in, retain the X Division title. And I think if I can get in the mind of Chris Sabin, he wants to come out and prove that he is equal with his Guns partner, Alex Shelley. And he can do that if he can knock off Brutus Magnus.
Oh, I mean, that's exactly right, Mike. He watches his partner defend his title in the X Division. And then it's just something about these guys, you know, it's just the competition. He watches him out there. He's aching to get out there and prove himself. And Chris Sabin would love nothing more. I mean, speaking about two cocky guys in Brutus Magnus and Chris Sabin, but Chris Sabin would love nothing more than to come out here and shut Brutus Magnus up with all of his haughtiness that he portrays here from the British Isles. But I'll tell you something. The guy is absolutely impressive, and you want to know how big he is, look at him compared to Chris Sabin. Chris Sabin, one of the bigger X Division athletes. I mean, he's got him by a foot.
Well, we already heard Brutus Magnus refer to us as the ignorant Americans. And Don, I know that you and I had a chance to talk to Brutus Magnus recently, get a little background information on him, and he's always got that mentality of talking down to us, doesn't he?
Well, he just thinks he's better than everybody else. I mean, he really is. He thinks he's smarter, he thinks he's stronger, he just thinks he's above and beyond anything here in America. And he makes you feel it and lets you know it. I mean, we're trying to really get information from him and find out things about him, and it just was like pulling teeth.
At the same time, remember what he told us about that devastating finishing move that we saw on Impact that he calls tormentum.
Yeah, I think the best way to describe it was, like we said, kind of like a twisting Samoan drop. I mean, he has you up so high. I mean, this guy's 6'3", 6'4", and then when he lands you from that distance on your back, it's all she wrote.
Sabin trying to get things rolling here against Brutus Magnus. Back with that shot coming off the ropes, having little or no impact. This time he rolls through and catches him off guard. Caught him with a boot that time in the midsection. Then when Sabin comes off, Magnus stops him dead in his tracks, elevates him high up into the air.
Wow, look at this.
Look at this
impressive
press slam. Sabin able to drop down instead of getting slammed. Going to work on the legs of Magnus here. That's probably a good strategy. We saw it earlier from Petey Williams against Scott Steiner. Try and work against the bigger man by taking out his legs.
Well, Chris Sabin just showed you how sharp he was. He let Brutus Magnus take him up in the air, and while Brutus Magnus is trying to prolong it to impress everybody, Chris Sabin realizes that it's just going to make him weaker. He waited for his moment, and Chris Sabin turned things around, but how about this? Brutus Magnus catching him in midair.
Sabin goes cross body block out of the corner. As Don mentioned, gets caught, and then he gets dropped face first against the corner. The great follow-up move with the high running knee, drops down across the chest. Here's the nonchalant cover, and Sabin, as you can see there, able to roll that shoulder even before one.
Well, not a smart move to do, especially with a guy like Chris Sabin. I mean, Chris Sabin's just one of those guys that has such a repertoire and can do so many different things. And he just needs an opening to think you use his speed to his advantage, but right now, you got to be impressed with the way Brutus Magnus is dictating the pace of everything. What a shot to the side of the head.
I think that's going to be the key if Sabin is going to succeed. If Sabin's going to win this match, he needs to be the one to dictate the pace, get things going at a faster clip, use those high-risk moves. Magnus instead, as you can see, exhibited right there, using all of his weight, using his power right across the throat, across the windpipe of Sabin.
I mean, I've heard you say it so many times in these kind of matches, about grounding the guy, and that's exactly what Brutus Magnus is doing. Just grounding Chris Sabin, not giving him any room to move, and then taking him high up and suplexing him down there.
Probably the best game plan for Magnus is do exactly that. You keep Sabin grounded, as Don said, keep him down on the mat. He has no opportunity to catch you off guard with those high-risk top rope moves. Big slam that time by Magnus, and he's going to go outside now. Sabin got planted. Magnus comes in, and he caught him that time elbow right into the gut.
I mean, think about the point of that elbow hitting with that kind of impact. And the pain, I mean, it just shoots pain all the way through your chest and your ribs, and it causes you to lose your breath. I mean, one thing about Brutus Magnus, I mean, you can look at him and realize what an athlete he is, but think about it. This is a guy that can go almost in any direction. We're watching him out here dominating an X Division athlete, but you also realize he can go with the guys in the bigger size. I mean, he's very versatile.
Going to continue the wear down of Chris Sabin. Another effort here to ground him with the reverse chin lock. Sabin going to try and fight back and just got to get back up to his feet to get the offense started. Going to rely on the elbows right into the gut, into the midsection. Magnus fights back, caught him with a kick, then shoots him off and out of the corner. Sabin tries to float up into the air. He lands on Brutus Magnus' shoulder, then drops down. Going to try and roll him up, but you see that Magnus hooked that top rope.
Chris Sabin just needs one thing. Maybe that's it. Just one thing to turn it around. He's going to go for the power game. Just something. And look at that. Coming off the ropes and just bringing that clothesline with extreme force. But he can't take Magnus off his feet.
Springboard move. Into a clothesline. And the third time is the charm. Follows with the leg hook. No. 2 count only, but at least Sabin's finally turned this thing around, turned it in his favor.
Well, that's exactly what he needed. Just something impactful. Something that shows he can take the guy off his feet. But look at this. Magnus just uses that base so well. And now putting him in that bear hug. But how about those elbows by Sabin and the kick to the knee?
Rapid fire shots. Sabin going to try and sunset flip roll through. That's exactly what Magnus does, is roll through. And then drive him down powerbomb style.
Chris Sabin just can't get any offense going. 1, 2, not enough there. Sabin had the shoulder up. I didn't think he had enough yet. But I'll tell you what, it's just one of those things where sometimes you can't figure somebody out. And right now, Chris Sabin cannot figure out Brutus Magnus.
Couldn't agree with you more in terms of Sabin getting things rolling here. Had a couple of good moves, a couple of flurries, but that's been it. Maybe that move, stringing off the middle rope, coming down, cross body block out on the floor. Maybe that can turn it in his favor.
I'll tell you what I like was, believe it or not, he came off with that, I believe, from the second rope to kind of do it quicker.
He did.
So that Magnus didn't have time to prepare himself for it. Smart move, thinking on his feet by Chris Sabin. Now, he's going to take advantage of the situation.
Wait a minute. Brutus Magnus hooking on to the leg of referee Andrew Thomas, and with Sabin up on top, you see, oh,
man, it hurts.
I think it was almost Andrew Thomas had pushed Magnus into the ropes, and you see that Chris Sabin gets crotched up on top. This is tormentum.
Oh, he just twists and turns it, and there he goes. 1, 2, got it.
Here is your winner, Brutus Magnus.
Yet another victory for the modern-day gladiator, direct to TNA from the UK. And against all odds, Brutus Magnus remains undefeated with the win over Sabin. To Lauren, standing by with Team 3D.
Team 3D, you both heard what Sting and Kurt had to say to each other tonight.